All right, this is my audience.
Hi.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started here. When I was a kid in the classroom, bored with nothing to do, I would take out a piece of paper and just make myself a paper airplane. It was something I found enjoyment in, as I could use my imagination, and I would gain knowledge on forces in the atmosphere and just how to make things fly. It will benefit you to learn about paper airplanes and how to make one because it will trigger an imaginative side of your brain, and you'll be able to teach others, kids and such, how to make one and the benefits of making one. You'll also just learn how to make a common paper airplane, which is always pretty cool. During this demonstration speech, one will learn the benefits of making a paper airplane, the steps it takes to make a common design, and making sure the area is safe to throw. Let's begin with the benefits of learning how to make a paper airplane. According to Penn State Extension, making a paper airplane makes one experience Newton's first law of motion. When playing with homemade airplanes, they realize no one or just no object will move by itself. Making paper airplanes also triggers an imaginative side of your brain, physically and mentally, constructing something that you create. So now we've talked about the benefits of using your imagination and just learning the force of the atmosphere. Now we're talking about how to actually make a common design paper airplane. And I'll demonstrate the process of this right now. Now I'm going to sit down for this part of the speech because I need a table. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom that down. I'm also going to give my audience their own samples of the design. And this design is courtesy of DIY Network. Okay, so we'll start off folding the paper in half. And now you folded that in half, we'll unfold it just so we can kind of see the halfway point. Then we're going to bring the top of each corner and bring it to the center and fold it there. And do it for the other side, just so they kind of match up. It won't be perfect, but it's good enough. And then we're going to redo this process with these corners right here. Fold it to the center. And then we'll fold this side to the center as well. Again, making sure that the folds are crisp and making sure they match up. And this is a common design I've learned since I was in 4th grade or so. And then you're going to take these two folds and you're going to fold them towards your body, making sure that they're nice and crisp. And you take the fold like that, making sure it's nice and flat. There we go. And then to get the actual wings, you'll take this side of it and you fold it towards the base, like so, making sure that they're lined up parallel to each other. Alright, that looks good. Again, making sure there's no wrinkles or something in the paper. Nice crisp folds. And then there we go. We got our own paper airplane. And it should fly just fine. Okay, I'm going to get up here. Thank you guys for watching that. Again, my audience did have their own so they could follow along. Alright, now that we've made this paper airplane, we're going to go ahead and talk about making sure the area is safe to throw in. I know this sounds pretty silly because it's just a piece of paper, but you never know when you throw it if someone get hit in the eye or just lose their focus and fall over. So you don't want that to happen. So I always make sure that there's no one really in just the direct flight area when I'm throwing my paper airplanes. Again, I know it's silly, but it's just something you got to take into account. I also make sure that the area is large enough to throw my paper airplane because you want to see its full potential. You don't want it to be cut off by like a wall or a piece of furniture or something. You want to see how far it's going to go. It's part of the fun of making it, just in my opinion. Alright, now that we've made the paper airplane and we talked about the throw-in area, we can talk about the conclusion here. You've heard about the benefits, the forces in the universe, just using your imagination of making these. It really helps in those facets of your thinking. We've learned how to make a common design, making sure that you have crisp folds, just learning the process in general. We learned about making sure the area is safe and just good to throw in. And we'll end with a quote from jetlinks.com. Paper airplanes have captivated imaginations for years with a simple idea. What if you could create something that could fly out of a single piece of paper? I'll let you sit with that, and I hope you learned those during this presentation. Thank you.